Today we're going to go over alerts. What are they and how we interact with them? As I do always mention, please watch previous videos. We do build upon the next, so what we are currently working on and what we're currently watching is a little bit easier to understand. So, alerts. We are here at our syntax practice page, and we can get to this alert section if we're here on the home page, which I'll be right here. We select this yellow icon here, go to the basic section, and go to JavaScript Alerts. This would be a good place to start, a good place to practice. Now, alerts, what are they? Well, they're simply just web-based pop-ups, right? So you guys might have gotten that before, and this is a simple one. This is called a simple alert. You see here that this little pop-up here came up, has a little text that says, I'm an alert box. But yeah, that's a pop-up, right? That's an alert. Okay, you might have had something that came up this way is maybe an alert message that says on other websites of we store cookies, do you accept, or maybe this is not a secure network or secure site, do you wish to continue, right? Maybe some kind of pop-ups like that, right? Now I can hit accept, right, which is this is accept. I'm accepting it, I'm saying okay, and that is a simple pop-up. It doesn't require anything from me, just in order to just say okay and acknowledge it, right? Now we have what is known as a confirm pop-up, right? So we have two things we can do. We can either say okay and accept, or we can dismiss it by saying cancel. Like, no, we want nothing to do with this, right? We want nothing to do with your cookies, okay? Or we can say, yeah, okay, that's fine. You can store my cookies, all right? You can store the cache. Okay, great. Or, again, I could have said dismiss it and say, no, I don't want nothing to do with it, right? Then we also have a little thing, a little bit extra here. Now, this is another type of checkbox that allows us to type in an answer, okay? So it says, please enter your name. I can say Dan, and I can hit accept, or I can dismiss it altogether. So this is a text pop-up, okay? So we have a confirmation pop-up, a text pop-up, and then we also have just a simple pop-up, right? That's exactly what it's called, simple pop-up. Now, here's the thing. In order to interact with these pop-ups, we need something that's called our alert class, okay? Which is why you see alert everywhere, all right? So let's go here to our code base. Now, I'm going to go over this step by step, but let's go ahead and start. So we have our system.set property, we have our Chrome driver. I went ahead and stored the URL for our page right here within our practice site. And then I'm also navigating to that practice site. This, again, as I always say, for our students, shouldn't be anything new. What I've done is also, I stored a couple of web elements, okay? I stored these pop-ups, 1, 2, and 3. These buttons that trigger a pop-up, all right? Now, what we need to do is use our alert class, okay? So we have our alert class. In order to create an instance of it, you have to give it a name, and it's always best just to write alert. That way we know what we're working with, right? Good naming conventions, good best practices. Now, instead of writing alert equals, and a lot of times we see this where it says, alert, we'll say alert equals new alert, right? That's something that we might see often, but that's not how this works here with our alert class. What we need to do is to be able to switch to our alerts, right? We want our driver to switch its attention from our main page to the alert that popped up, this new web-based window pop-up, right? That's what we want to go ahead and switch our attention to. Now, if you hadn't watched our Windows, or switching between our Windows video or our iframes video, please go ahead and do so. It'll make this just a little bit easier to understand. Now, this is how we write this. We have our alert class. I have my alert, which I named it, and now I'm assigning its value, and we say driver dot switch to alert, okay? Again, we just write driver, if I can type, driver dot switch to, and then we go to alert. In the other videos, we showed you about default content, switching to the frames, and as well as switching to the window. But in this case, we want to switch to alerts, right? To the alert. And that is our pop-ups. And that is that, okay? So now that we have an alert class, right? What does alert class do? Well, it has some built-in methods for us that allows us to interact with our alerts, okay? So we have alert accept, all right? Alert.accept method. What does that do? Well, simply put, I can just accept, hit the OK, right? I can accept the pop-up. Same as here, I can accept the pop-up, and same over here, I can accept the pop-up. Now, what is dismiss? Well, for our confirmation, where we have a cancel button, or we have over here with our text alert box, a cancel button, that would be to dismiss, right? To get rid of it, we don't want it. We don't want to accept what you got to say. We want to dismiss it, right? We want nothing to do with it. That is alert.dismiss. Now, alert.getText, what that does, it allows us to get the text of the alert, okay? This one says press a button. This one says what? I'm an alert box. And this one says please enter your name, right? We can get the text of the alert. Now, send keys. Well, if we hadn't shown this before, send keys, what that allows us to do is literally send the keys that we would have typed, okay? That's all that is. So if I wanted to type in hello class, I wanted to send those keys, it will go ahead and send the keys into this alert, right? So for my name, if it was hello class, that's what it would send. And then I can either, for some reason, dismiss, or I can accept. And we can see here it also had hello class. All right, so let's go ahead and refresh. So if I ran my code, and let's say I want to click my first alert box. Well, I do know that it's just a simple alert where all I have to do is hit accept. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. And then I can also do, let's do alert dot, we're going to do get text. And then let's go ahead and say, let's bring this back. We're going to say string alert text equals that, and then we're going to just print this out, okay? Just so we can see it. There we go. So what I've done is I've used the getText method with our alert class, and then I'm going to print out the text of our alert. And for this alert, for alert 1, we're just going to click it and hit accept. Okay, we're going to hit the OK button on our alert. Okay, so let's go ahead and run that. Let's save and run. And there we go. It happened really, really fast, but it went ahead and it stopped and it accepted our alert. So what I'm going to do here, so we can see this a little bit easier, I'm going to have a thread.sleep just to pause the code. Again, this isn't best practice to be using thread.sleep to pause code, but this is just for instance so you guys can read and be able to see what's happening. Let me go ahead and add throws. All right, let's go ahead and quit and let's run that again. There we go. Should 5 seconds, and then it should accept. Okay, and then we got the text. It says I am an alert box. All right, so now if I want to do alert 2, I could either do one of two options. I can either accept or dismiss. This time I'm going to dismiss since you've seen what accept does. All right, dismiss. Let's go ahead and save, and let's run. And we see here, press a button, 5 seconds, dismiss, and there it goes. We've dismissed, right? It says you pressed cancel. All right, we want to dismiss it. Now, we also have our text. It says press the button. Now, if I want to go to alert 3, which is our text, let's go ahead and send our keys. We're going to do alert dot. We're going to do send keys. And then it's asked for our name, so I'll put syntax. All right. So I'm going to send the keys to syntax, and I'm going to accept this time. Accept. Awesome. And there we go. Let's go ahead and save, and let's run. There we go. It should send the keys shortly. And there it went. It went and set the keys, and then it went ahead and accepted it for us. And you can see that it went okay because it says I entered syntax right here. I know that happened really quick, but that's the great thing about automation. It goes ahead and does things for us at a very, very fast pace, which is the best thing about automation. So when we're doing an entire application worth of testing with our regression, it happens very, very quickly, much faster than we could do by hand. All right, but we do see here again that it said syntax, and we went ahead and got the text of the alert box. All right, guys, well, that's it for alerts. That's it from me. Please go ahead and rewind. Please go ahead and practice if you need to, and you should. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Okay, happy coding.